I hate when it jumps onto the platform. That was fast. Could be better, could be worse. Oops, forgot I didn't have double jump there. Classic. Come on. These guys, are they gonna end my run? Can throw you off a bit because there's a little lag from when you speak to the submarine guy until he actually says the first line, so sometimes I have my doubts if I've somehow input it. Okay. Let's get a nice quick kill. this attack can do a lot of damage to it. That was fast. Heal up once here. Oops, what am I doing? Okay. I'll not fight without some weird platforming from me, I guess. There we go. All right. Hello, Kryptonym. Welcome to Rebel Transmute. Have you played this game before? Or have you? Are you part of the speedrun community for it? Not at all, okay. Well, it's like an old school, well, new school Metroidvania kind of thing. It took me a long time to learn the speedrun, I think around 60 hours, so it wasn't easy by any means. Now I'm starting to get the hang of it. Say that now, I'm probably gonna mess up in just a second. It is a run where a lot of stuff can go wrong, potentially. Of course, the most important thing is to not die. Okay, this guy is getting in the way. I want to shoot a bomb up here to activate one of those moving platforms that will come pick me up. Meanwhile, while we wait for it, I'm just gonna farm some money here, if I can. Because later we're gonna need the currency to buy an upgrade for our gun, which will make the later bosses a lot more manageable. Because we're not getting any extra health, or there's a lot of like optional upgrades in the game that we're not getting for the speedrun. So getting the upgrade for the gun helps a lot. Coming up, we have a boss fight against a giant Metroid, like these kinds of things, just even bigger. Okay, that wasn't the best. Luckily, whenever we shoot enemies, we get this blue meter that lets us heal. So I'm actually going to just shoot this guy a bit to heal up, because I am coming up to a boss fight, and it would be best to be full health for that. Sometimes trying to heal in this game just ends up losing you more health. There we go. Now I'm up to full health, and I can go to the next boss. So this is the giant blob that we're going to fight here. Which is one of the harder bosses actually, because every time you shoot it, it recoils back. And it also has a lot of attacks that can do a lot of damage to you if you're not careful, like these guys. It's best while it's firing those to just stay back and not try and attack it too during this phase, even though it looks scary, you can sort of just stand slightly off center and the shots won't hit you. Okay, now it's making these growths. When it turns teal, that means these guys are coming. Okay, so now it's enraged, which means it's close to death. Okay, I'm gonna heal up. It always ground pounds after spawning those two things that shoot. Now this attack can be a little scary if it's low or like off to the side, because the arrows are hard to dodge there. Oh, there we go, that's the boss fight. And it's always nice to end this boss fight on full health, because coming up is actually a pretty scary section with yeah, just some normal enemies, but a place where you can easily lose a lot of health quickly. Yeah, so you are forced to stand still a little bit when healing. So you sort of, especially with the boss fights, you need to know exactly when it's safe to heal. And like the final boss only has like one attack where it's like properly safe to heal. So later in the game, healing becomes more of a luxury. See what I told you? That room in particular, you can lose so much health. But I'm happy just still to be alive. And this guy kills himself in the spike, so we're just going to take some of his money. It does look like we are alright on money. I'm just going to wait for this little guy to pass. Now we got this bounce ability after beating the boss. We can do both yeah, various types of bounces, both with bombs and without bombs. And there's just a lot of new movement options that have opened up, which is cool. So in a way the run sort of starts to fully open up after you get the bounce ability, I would say. So that guy I like to just get past quickly. But I am going to just try and yeah, heal once before I enter this room, because this can sometimes go a little bit wrong. So yeah, I want to bounce on this guy, bounce here, bounce on that guy. Okay, that went perfectly actually. Now we get the double jump ability, which I have to remember to actually equip. So we do the force reset to go back to this healing point, and that means like we only have this particular checkpoint. So in a way, that makes dying like would be a lot worse than if we were playing casually and we could use all the checkpoints. But it's quite an advantage to be able to death warp back to spots like that. Just like conveniently located compared to a lot of stuff. Okay. These guys, those shooter guys, can sometimes troll me while I'm on this platform, but this time around I think I got some pretty good placement. Now we have to kill this big guy over here. To open a place where we get an upgrade. Just gonna heal here. So this guy's pretty tanky, even though of course not quite as tanky as some of the bosses. I need to be a little bit careful here. Okay, there we go. Of course gonna take all his money. Oops. Oh, that's unfortunate. Now I'm gonna have to be really careful. I hope this guy comes up so I can use him to heal. I'm also a little concerned about his arrows. Yeah, that's a very annoying placement for that guy. Oops. Okay, that was quite embarrassing. For some reason that jump sometimes gives me trouble. Oh well. Well, luckily we're not that far away, but that is definitely a pretty unfortunate time loss. But yeah, that room in particular is just really annoying. It gives me a lot of trouble. I'm not used to doing it from this side. Oh, I guess... Okay, that's actually really annoying. We have to kill the big guy again. I didn't know that was the case, but fair enough, I guess. I'll try and play a little more cleanly now. we're fighting these guys, we want to attach that red bomb, because that actually does a lot of damage as well. Yeah, that was a lot more clean. Of course, we just didn't make the platform in time. It's a bit unfortunate, so we'll kill this guy in the meantime. Okay, now I need 150 money for the upgrade, so I have enough now. I just need to not fail this incredibly basic jump. But yeah, sometimes it's the easiest things to get you. Oh. Okay. Well, that was not a basic jump. That's like a... You do this bounce ability, and then you jump right after on a like specific timing. Then it sends you like a bunch higher. And you only really get one chance to do it here, because otherwise the platform will have passed. Now we can just bounce on that guy. Bounce on that guy. Now we're going to do a super bomb bounce, which is the one that sends us really high if I can get it. There we go. Yeah, honestly, also a really fun game to play casually, I'd say. But yeah, a really hard game to begin with. It took me many hours to feel like I had any sort of proficiency. And as you can see, I can still die pretty much in many places in the game. Okay, so now we have the upgraded gun. Very cool. Force reset again. Now I have to remember to actually equip it. So even though I took that one death, I should still theoretically be able to PB on this run, since I only recently started running the game. So there's still a lot of mistakes to clear up throughout the run. But we'll see how it goes. Oh, I was a little lucky that that shot didn't hit. Okay, yeah, so I did incur some pretty significant time loss there, but what can you do? Move forwards. So we're actually nearing like the worst part of the run, which is because there's a section where basically there's, you see those red barriers there? To open those you have to press the glowing button on the inside, like the one on the left. There's a section where we have to essentially hope that an enemy spawns in the right place and shoots its energy blast, so it opens so it presses the button for us. And that used to be a lot easier on a previous patch, but since the map layout was changed slightly, it requires a lot more luck, basically. So on my PB I was actually stuck there for like 3 minutes, I think, almost. So already coming up pretty soon, if I get better RNG than in my PB, I should be able to like be back in the green, I think. So yeah, whenever we're dropping down, using the bounce ability also conveniently lets us drop faster. This is the section where we have to hope for good RNG. So basically we want one of these guys to spawn. Yeah, that's quite close actually, but it has to spawn right on top of the button and it'll open the way for us. Now we can also like attach bombs to these guys, and that'll give them like a blast where they spawn. But that's of course also risky, because if we kill them then there's less enemies to open the door for us. Yeah, that was again very close. I think I'm going to start using some bombs here. I also have to mind and make sure that they don't kill me, because sometimes they can sort of corner you if they spawn in just the right place. Like if you're standing in this corner, they can sometimes just surround you. There's no way not to take damage. Oh, that was so close. That was really close. Let's attach bomb to that guy. Attach bomb to that guy. Okay. No such luck. Yeah, see there? Okay, we got through. That's great. Now I'm just gonna use these guys to heal up a little bit, hopefully. Because we have a slightly tricky section coming up here. Yeah, this requires, like, quite some finesse. Hopefully I can get it. There we go. That's very nice. This third one usually doesn't cause as much trouble, even though I'm failing it right now. Jumping way too soon. There we go. Cool. So we should be saving a good bunch of time on this split. If we can do the boss well. So we're going to fight against the giant drill now. Oops. I don't want to go into the lava. Start shooting fireballs. Luckily now that we have the blaster, the upgraded blaster, a side effect of that is also that we heal a lot faster. So we only need like 2 shots on the boss and then we'll already be able to heal. So that makes this guy a lot more manageable. Okay, that's phase 1. Oops. Cool, and that's the drill. Got a little bit sketchy at the end, but got it done. And look at that. Okay, I guess I underestimated how much time I lost on that split. The last run. So we're back. Okay, now coming up is one of the hardest platforming sections in the game. You can heal up to the full health of 4, but only one at a time. It's just about finding like the spots where you have time to heal. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, didn't make that cycle. That's okay. Of course, as far as possible, I'd like to always stay at full HP. Especially when fighting guys like this guy. It can be tricky. It has these annoying homing shots. Oop. So now the thing we got for killing the drill was an ability to also grab onto walls, so we can basically wall jump. So we are starting to build up a nice arsenal of abilities here. Okay, we're going to do some super bomb jumps here. Soon we'll be coming up to maybe the hardest boss in the game, in my opinion. Oh. Okay, sometimes that guy will like camp the ledge I want to go to. He let us through. These guys are super random. Or unpredictable, I should say. Let's make sure I'm at full HP for this next section. this robot, there's a little robot up here. Luckily it hasn't woken up. If it wakes up, it can be quite annoying because it shoots like 3 shots at once. We're gonna bounce on that robot. Cool. Okay. This room is a little bit rough. Can be at least. And it is the room right before the boss fight, so that also makes it especially annoying to take damage here, but hopefully we'll manage. And here we have the boss room. Cerebellum, which has some awesome music, at least in my opinion. So it does this charge attack. You can just shoot it while it's passing by. Remember to heal up between all its moves. Okay, phase 2. So it starts turning into a massive Beyblade. Okay, good. Okay. Hopefully we had a little bit of time to heal up during that attack. Nice and fast. Okay, so we're back here. We're going to have to do a little bit of backtracking, but it should still be faster than, at least according to the great minds who routed this game, than going from the boss chamber. By the way, sorry for not reading chat super actively. It's kind of a hard game to do that. But I'm trying to like at least give some insightful commentary. Oh, no, that's not gonna make it. Okay, too bad. We missed the cycle. Like, to be honest, like the normal games I run are a lot more like chill compared to this. Like they're not as button intensive. So I have a lot more room to commentate. Here I really have to... Okay, I'm actually just going to leave the room to de-aggro that guy. Because while I'm doing this super button bounce, it is really stressful to have that guy on my back. And it'll make me mess up for sure. But hopefully I can get this first try. Yep. So that is... can be a little bit sketchy, but when you do, as you can see, when you do the wall jump, you actually get your jump back. So that lets us clear like really long distances like that. So now we have to turn on these consoles, press some buttons here. No, exactly, not a lot of breathing room. But I'm doing my best. Feeling a bit sharper than yesterday, definitely. This is also... yeah, I've only finished 3 runs of the game so far, so I'm still relatively new to this one. Definitely starting to get the hang of things. And a lot of it is just about, you know, getting really familiar with the movement, like basically not having to think about the execution of the individual techniques, but just being able to like think about more the enemy placement and what I need to do for upcoming sections. So it helps a lot once you sort of don't have to worry as much about executing the individual techniques. Just heal here. That was an enemy. Now we're off to the water section. Which is probably my least practiced section of the game. It does have some slightly tricky stuff that I would want to practice at some point. Yeah, I hate how for some reason the checkpoint is set all the way back there. That actually happened in my other run as well, unfortunately. Just gotta be a little careful here. Oh. Why is it all the way back there? Okay. I need to focus up here. Let's just be careful. Yeah, so I want to go above here. Ugh. Okay, so now apparently I'm allowed to have a checkpoint closer. But I gotta be really careful because I'm about to die. Okay, whew. That was pretty scary actually. Luckily we're just about to get to a heal spot. So that was like the last place I could die where the consequences would be like really bad. So right here the flashing like little person symbol there means there's a checkpoint and a place where we can heal. So now we're gonna go fight a giant fish with the next boss. And that's gonna give us the ability to swim, like do power swimming basically, which will also let us swim like against these heavy currents. These guys can be quite annoying because they shoot a lot of shots and they're all following me. This is a bit sketchy. We gotta kill this guy because he's gonna follow us to like the end of the world. And up here we have like this little platforming section. Okay, good. Just gonna wait for his first shot. These guys are super unpredictable, I often get hit by them. And even in their like deflated state, they can still damage you quite quickly. So use a bomb to open that. Whoops. Be careful with those. I don't know if they're frogs or like little jellyfish, I can't quite make out what they are. I guess they are aliens is the answer, right? Okay, so I'm sad to say that the world record is like the time I would need is like just in a second or two. It's a 43 something, so definitely not in contention for that. But my goal at the moment is probably to get a sub-hour run. That would be like really good. But we'll see. I'm also happy just to lower my time by some minutes. comfortable. It's funny that the gun in this game gives you yourself knockback as well, so you can sort of pogo jump on enemies. It's a quite enjoyable experience. Okay, this room can be a little tricky if you're a bit too slow, because once a lot of those flies spawn, it can be a bit of a nightmare. Okay, here I just want to stay away from these guys as much as possible, so I don't get hit by their shots. Okay. The controls feel really great in this game. Honestly though, I think using a controller might be like even better. That's what the other runners of the game do. Like one guy plays on Xbox, the other guy plays on PC with an Xbox controller. And then there's one inactive runner, and then there's me. Oh yeah, this fish, we're facing it like a lot later in the game, I think, than you normally would. So it's gonna die very fast. If I can avoid dying to it. There we go. That was actually closer than I'd like. Alright, we continue the nice looking gold splits. Yeah, I know a lot of people use Xbox controllers for a bunch of PC games. Also, hey Lindblom, welcome in. This is my Speedrun game, and things are improving quite nicely. It seems. Unfortunate. Okay, so the funny thing about that swimming ability, that was unfortunate, is that you can swim so fast that you actually sometimes go out of that pipe. Okay, time to lose some of all that beautiful time I just gained. Yeah, that's what I get for playing the fish so poorly and ending up on so little HP. Now at least we can do the fast swimming here. That was rather unfortunate. To heal up. This swimming ability, I wish I'd figured it out a little better, but like if I hold space I can do it like rapidly. I'm just not very good at it because I have to like hold space, tap control, while also using the WASD keys to move about, so it's like a lot of stuff to do with one hand. I wonder if I should try and heal up some here. That's good. Too bad, this was probably mess up our pace. Okay, we continue like nothing has happened. Really? I have to be incredibly careful now. I was super close. Luckily there's no more enemies until we force reset. Yeah, it has in-game time, so the splits are more for me to see when I go back, like how well I've done on different splits, and to be able to track the pace, you know. It is counted with in-game time, also for the leaderboards. But actually, I found that my auto splitter that I made for the game is remarkably close to the in-game time. So I might even be able to make one that uses the in-game time. I've seen it done before. Okay, let's see how bad it is. Wait, I guess I reset my timer accidentally. Well, we're just going purely on the in-game time now. That's fine. Yeah, so the 0 key I have like maybe as slightly unwisely as the key to reset. It's the wrong section. To reset my splits, and I'm using the arrow keys for some of my different abilities. So I guess I accidentally reset the timer. Okay, we try this again. But as long as... okay. I'm gonna try and... isn't there a little guy there? As long as I have the in-game time, we should be good. Okay, let's just focus up again. Can we just shoot that guy a bit? No, that only loses health. I hate this room. These guys can be quite annoying. But it looks like we're making it fast this time. Yeah, I must just accidentally have hit 0 while I'm moving through the game. That was alright. Okay, now we're coming up on one of my least favorite rooms in the entire game. There's just a lot of enemies, and it's not enemies moving the opposite direction of what I like him to do. Okay, let's just go under there. Okay, I want to like heal a little bit here, so I'm going to shoot some of those. Quickly duck in here. These enemies coming up here can kill me pretty quickly. Now if you're really pro at the game, you can just dodge and not bother killing any of these, but I'm just trying to play it safe, especially now that I've already taken a death recently. Yeah, tank that shot. Okay, that's fine. So Basil, like in a way, you know, it's like super basic. I guess it's also kind of its charm, in that you don't have a lot of options, so it's a lot about just optimizing the movement. But yeah, it is definitely a bit of an acquired taste. Like the whole thing about you only being able to jump one distance can be quite rough if you're used to like really responsive controls, where you have a lot of control of your character. But it's also fun to like try and work around the limitations of Basil. Okay, can you... That's a bit rude. Should I kill this guy for some heal? Doesn't look like we're getting any heal. This section can be quite tricky. Touch any of the red stuff, we get instantly, or we lose health. We don't instantly die, but for that reason, I like to be full health when I go into the section. But it looks like we're just gonna make it out. Okay, maybe we can shoot this guy. Okay, he doesn't give us any heal. That's fine, we made it past. Definitely coming up on the end of the run very soon. Oops. This one here's the intended route. Get another weird green dimension kind of section. Okay, just gotta remember where to go. There we go. Okay. Force reset twice. And now we're just off to fight the final boss. Which, compared to some of the bosses we've fought, I don't think it's the hardest of all the bosses, but it's up there. This room is a bit of a boss in itself. There's a lot of enemies. Okay, taking 1 damage is great. I can always heal that back up. These super jumps can sometimes be a bit annoying. Okay, I can also just do this the normal way. There we go, we find our mother in this kind of vat of, I guess, liquid that makes her not age. the first phase of this boss is actually kind of a joke, but the second phase, a lot more serious. That is the only attack that's sort of a little tricky because it has a long range. This one also comes out like quite quickly. We have plenty of time to heal during this phase. During the next phase, healing will be more of a luxury. Not getting hit will be a lot more important. That's phase 1. We just need to mash through a little bit. Okay, it looks like sub-hour is dead. Maybe we'll get like a 102 or something. 1 hour, 2 minutes. So I could just tank that big blast and then heal right immediately after. Just playing it super safe here. Yeah, that big blast, since you have time immediately afterwards to heal. Like when I'm on full HP, that might be the right move, right? So it goes into its final attack here. End. There we go. Now I just have to go through these final cutscenes. And yeah, that should actually be a 1 hour and 1 minute run, just barely. Whew. Very nice. Yeah, that death in the water area was very unfortunate. I need to practice that probably more than any other part right now. The swimming is just kind of annoying because I have to do all that stuff with one hand. Maybe I should like consider shifting my right hand over to hold the space bar or something. Not sure. I tried tapping the right control instead, but that apparently doesn't work. So I'm gonna have to figure something out for that. Thanks for the GGs. I hope you like the speedrun. I'm actually practicing to show it off at Speedrun this Sunday at around sometime in the evening European time. I'll be live on Speedrun. Yeah, thanks for the GGs and Bloom as well. But so the estimate for that is 1 hour. It's gonna be. I'm gonna need a really good run to get that, but it's definitely going in the right direction, and I still have some time tomorrow to practice. I'll probably not have time to do more runs today since I actually have to go to a concert where my little brother is going to be playing piano. Yeah. So I'm going to be picked up for that in a few hours, and yeah, I wouldn't want to have to abort a run just when it's going well. But I'll probably like put in some more practice hours, and then yeah, we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Maybe I'll have time to do runs around the same time Otherwise, I'll just focus on practice and and Basil, of course. Yeah. So for the people not in the know, me and Lindblom are part of something called the Bad Run Club, where every month we pick a new obscure game that doesn't have a speedrun leaderboard, and we create one, and then we spend the whole month challenging each other to see who can get the best time in this game, and then we pick a new game. So this month we got the game Basil the Great Mouse Detective, based on the Disney film, of course. And yeah, it's quite something. It's a Commodore 64 game, and it's janky in a lot of ways. It is also very RNG dependent, though the RNG is like simple enough that you get the optimal seed like relatively often. I wouldn't say relatively often. You get it now and then. Yeah, but I'll probably get back to Basil next week. I gotta like focus on this game now, and then I'm just gonna speed through the credits, because actually as part of verifying the run, I found this out the hard way. To get the run verified, I actually have to like go back into the save game, and I have to show the timer, because the in-game timer, it actually freezes once you've completed the run. So yeah, that's the final time. 1 hour, 1 minute, 54 seconds, and 84 hundredths, I guess that is. Not too bad.